to another episode of Let's Talk Sports with Tim McCain, and I'm here with a very special guest, Gilbert Wiggins from Shaw University. How you doing today, Coach?
Just fine. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Glad to be back.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you too.
Glad FX Media, man, they're the plug.
Yeah.
So my first question to you is, when did your love for football begin?
My love? Oh man, that started at a very young age. I was like 9 years old, and I started in a small town in Virginia, called Newport News, Virginia, and I played. I stayed in the projects, and every street had a team. You know, we played with one another. We had our uniforms, and all that good stuff. And, you know, just carried on from there, man. I've been doing it ever since then. So I still love it now. I haven't stopped. I always say, once I start loving it, I'm gonna quit. So I still enjoy the kids. I still enjoy the game. So I'm not going nowhere right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So my next question to you is: you played at Elizabeth City State,
right,
for 3 years, but you also decided to go pro. What was your experience like playing at Elizabeth City and then turning professional?
Well, my professional was kind of short because I was a free agent trial, and I got sick at the time when I was in camp, and so that was cut short. But as far as the opportunity, it was great, man. You know, just being a part of the sport at the highest level. So, but playing college at Elizabeth City, you know, it taught me a lot. It taught me how to not only be a good football player, but it taught me how to adapt to life as a black man. You know, because you know, a lot of times, you know, we're born in the projects, raised in the projects. Everything is hard. You're from a single parent home. Sometimes you got to grow up faster than everybody else. So, you know, but going to college, it taught me that, you know, you always do the best you can because you always see them help the moms out. So, by doing so, you're doing everything the right way. So, I learned a lot going to school, man, and being with them on my own for a while. And it helped me right now as a father and as a husband.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, what did football teach you? After you left the game,
right.
What did you do after you stopped playing completely?
Well, it was funny. I couldn't go to a game. I probably spent about 2 years not going to a game because I still love the game, and I still had an innate desire to play, and I couldn't bear watching someone else play the game, and I knew that I still could play, so I didn't go to games. And then one day I just was, I don't know that I was riding around or whatever, and I saw these kids at the middle school playing, you know, and I went out there and I found myself giving guys pointers, and the coach saw me, man, and said, "Will you help me out?" You know, I said, I'm enjoying doing what I'm doing right now and helping the kids out, you know. And you know, he said, "Think about it, man." So I thought about it. So I went right back over there, and he made me a defensive coordinator, matter of fact. So I started out at middle school defensive coordinator, you know, moved to high school, college ranks. You know, here I am. So.
Yes, sir. So, beginning as a coach, and even now, some of the responsibilities of being a coach, of course, is to teach players and stuff like that. But when it comes to like a relationship standpoint, like let's say you mentor a college athlete.
Right.
What is it like as a coach when it comes to, like, let's say a player asks you for like real life scenarios or asking you for help, like
yeah.
What are some of those experiences like for you?
Well, I always enjoy when my guys come back and see me where I'm at. You know, they come out and see me at homecoming, something like that, and they say, "Coach, hey man, I'm glad what you did to me, man. You were hard on me, but I do the same thing to my kids right now. You know, I do some of the things you did to me with my own son. You know, and I appreciate you more every time. Every time I think about it. And I enjoy just hearing that, man. Sometimes I enjoy this that more than the guys that went to the pros, you know. there's a guy telling me I changed his life, after his life out. That's big, man. You know, that's big. So it's good to hear sometimes guys say that.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So who are some of the players who, under your tutelage, became professional?
Well, there's guys, a guy named Wilmot Perry at Livingstone College. You know, he's a I think third, fourth round draft pick. He's running big running back. I had the guy named McCarty Ayers, who's a linebacker. We had a defensive back, guy named Roderick Dunlap. All the guys played for me at Livingstone College. We won a championship, and they you know. Sometimes, unfortunately, you get the opportunity to try out or get drafted. Sometimes you don't make it, but you had to. You know, it's hard. Playing in the NFL is hard, man. You know, because you got certain spots and you got hundreds of guys trying to get certain different spots. And being one of those guys, just being chosen is good enough. You know. So I had some guys that did that, man. And Perry, the running back, he made it big. You know, he was. Matter of fact, he was a backup to Ricky Williams in New Orleans Saints.
Oh, wow.
And when Williams got hurt, he started. So, and then he got traded to the Panthers. And then he had some misfortune over there. So, you know, that's good to have, man, guys go pro. But, you know, like I said, it's better to reach out to a guy, reach a guy in his life. That's better.
100% agree.
Yeah.
100%. So my next question to you is, HBCUs, you've always coached HBCUs, you played at HBCUs,
right.
You coach at HBCUs. There was an article written by Jamel Hill a while back that said, what would it be like if African Americans, the best athletes of African American descent, joined HBCUs? From your perspective as a coach, what would it mean to have the best athletes go to HBCU schools like Australia University?
Oh, it'll be big, man, because it means you will have a bigger fan base, of course. People come to see certain athletes, and also it'll be good because those kind of players have a chance to go pro, and they'll get back to the school, which also help the school out. So that's just a big all the way around, man. You know, I think young men will fare better going to black colleges than they would the other colleges, big schools. Because you know, a lot of times you are being used as an athlete, and so you can't really use your total strength as a person at a white school. Where you go to a black college, you the whole campus know you, so you will probably flourish better as a not only an athlete but as a person.
Gotcha. So there's also some other current events happening in California. There's a Fair to Play Act, as well as in New York. They're now having new legislation where they're trying to push something where college universities now have to potentially pay some dollars to student athletes. How would this, in your perspective, affect positively or negatively HBCUs?
I think it's going to affect the HBCUs because, you know, our revenue is nowhere near as big as the big schools. So our kids don't stand a chance of getting paid. So that ain't gonna happen. And that's not good. You know, if you're gonna pay the athletes, you gotta try to have it on an even keel. You know, you gotta give them small school a chance also, because once you start paying the big school players, then the small school is not going to have anybody coming to school and play football anymore. You know, everybody going for the money. Probably like New York, you probably have a big rush of guys going to play school in New York just to get the money. Because guys are playing for trying to get the opportunity to go pro, and if they get paid while they're doing it, you know, why not? You know, so it's going to hurt the black universities if they start paying the athletes.
Understood. So my last question to you is actually, let's say there's a college athlete, he's under your tutelage, he's a freshman, and he knows that you work with players in the professional field.
Right.
What's the first thing you would tell him if he wants to turn pro?
Graduate. You always. Most guys that have the desire that they want to go pro, very few of them will be successful in anything but football, and they don't last about 5 years at the most. You find some guys who play longer, but the average guy, 5 years is it. And I always tell the guy to graduate, man. Put your mind on graduating first, and then everything's falling in place. You always gotta have this progression, or this order that you use. You put God first, and your family, and yourself. So and you do that, then you stand a very good chance of being successful in no matter what you do. If you want to go to pro, the opportunity probably show up. But you gotta have that in order, and your progression order. Man. You gotta do that. You can't put football above God and your family. You can't do that because it's gonna go down eventually. Because God will rise to the top, and your family is too. So I always tell the kids that. I talk to a lot of guys, and sometimes you reach 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 kids. And that's a good number. So I always try to reach many as I can. And so far, I've been doing pretty good. Now they come back and they talk to me. They're the ones now on the team now look up to me. They call me the old goat. Whatever it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so all right, man.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you very much, Coach.
I appreciate it, man.
This incredible wisdom.
I appreciate your time. Love your time, bro.
That's all for Let's Talk Sports with Tim McCain.